Hi, my name is Ido. I'm an ML engineer at DagsHub. Today we're going to learn how to annotate data using Label Studio in DagsHub. To annotate our data, be it images, audio, video, text, or any other type of data, you must first upload it to DagsHub and create the data source. If you haven't done this yet, please check out our previous videos, where I explain how to create a project from scratch. To start annotating, we need to choose which data points we're going to annotate. We can choose an entire data source, a queried subset of a data source, or hand-picked individual data points. This is my project, and I already have a data source and a few data sets that I made from it. I'm gonna choose for this project to annotate my entire data source, which is a data source of images. I'm gonna go to Actions and click the Annotate button. The workspace is gonna start up. It takes a few minutes. Can wait. Okay. Once the workspace is ready, I can click this button. I can choose a name for my project. So let's call it Awesome Annotations. And if you have a field, like a metadata enrichment field that already has annotations, the DagsHub is going to recognize it and going to suggest you to load the annotations from the existing field. I'm going to click Start. Now that my annotations have loaded, I want to start annotating. But before I can start annotating, I have to choose a template. A template is basically a way to tell Label Studio how I want to annotate my data. So to do that, I can either click on one of the data points or go to Settings, Labeling Interface. Here, I can start creating my template from scratch using code, or I can browse the templates. Here, the templates are organized by data type. And since my data is visual, I'm going to go to Computer Vision. And I'm gonna choose semantic segmentation with polygons. Now I have a preview, and the default template is for annotations of airplanes and cars. In my case, I want to annotate different things. So I want to annotate cats and dogs. So I'm gonna write cat and dog. And when I click add, it's gonna be added here. I can remove the airplane and the car. I can change the color of the cat. Let's have a green cat and a red dog, and I can use the preview to try it out, basically see how it works. The image that is going to be displayed is taken out of one of the metadata fields. In this case, it's image. It lets me change it to a different one if I want to. Bear in mind that all of this is also basically an XML code that I can edit manually if I want to do something more advanced than outside of the template. But for now, this is okay for me. So I'm gonna hit save. And now when I go back to my project, I can see my images are loading here as a preview. And then click on the image. I can use a full screen to annotate this image. I can choose this label or click 1 on my keyboard. And I'm gonna annotate this cat. After I'm done annotating, I can go and hit the submit button. After I submitted, you can see the save button turns green. I can annotate as many data points as I want. Where's the cat? No cat. Okay, even if no cat, I can submit it with an empty annotation. And there's dog. So after I submitted all of my annotations, I'm gonna click save. What save is going to do, as the pop-up says, it's gonna save the annotations as enrichments for my data, which means that I can see it in the data source view, I can version it, I can work with it using the DagsHub client, and I can load it into other projects as well. So I'm gonna click save. And now it's gonna ask me if the name of the metadata column to save the annotations. I can use the default name, which is the name of the project _ annotation, or I can choose another existing column or name my own new column. But actually I'm okay with the default name, so I'm gonna go with that for now. Click OK. And now the annotations have been saved as an enrichment on my data points. So it means I can go back to my data set. And I have here a new enrichment called Awesome Annotations. I can turn it on. And when I turn it on, I can see my new annotations. right here. This is awesome. Like I said before, there are a few ways to send data points to annotations. I can do it through the UI, or I can also use the Python client using the function ds.send to annotation. You can find more details about it and relevant guides in our documentation. Thanks for watching.